So the burning question, why in the world would anybody pay $604,080 for 44 pounds of coffee? In this video, we're going to conclude the series 1 through 3. We talked about how the farm did it, the quality of the coffee, the varietal, so on and so forth. But the question remains, why would anybody pay that much money for 44 pounds of coffee? Well, Julith Coffee just opened in Dubai on the 1st of August of this year. Haven't been in business very long. My personal opinion, this was a power move. With this one move, they firmly established their brand in the luxury, ultra premium, elite coffee world in Dubai, of all places, the playground of the super wealthy. Now, that they outbid 549 other bidders for this coffee. So they were clearly willing to outbid major players in order to establish themselves in the market. Another thing to think about, exclusivity and scarcity. There were only 44 pounds of this coffee in the whole entire world. Customers in Dubai will gladly pay $100 a shot or more, probably way more, just for a shot, a pour-over shot of this 98-point coffee. So, exclusivity and scarcity. Julith Coffee has roasting expertise. Now, think about it. You spend $604,080 on 44 pounds of coffee. You better have high confidence in your roast master. After roasting, though, then this is something I'll touch on in just a few minutes. After roasting, they only have about 37.4 or so pounds of that 44 pounds left. Okay, because the roasting process takes the rest of the moisture out of the beans, plus you're losing gases, you're losing the outer skin of the beans. So they weigh 44 pounds after roasting is probably about 37.4 pounds. You have to roast this coffee just right, or you have wasted your money. Now, they do have high confidence in their roast master. His name is Sergan Sagzaz, and I hope I didn't butcher that too bad. He is a 3-time Turkish barista champ and a Turkish national roasting champion. So they definitely have high confidence that he can pull it off. Let's look at market trends as another reason why anybody would pay $604,080 for 44 pounds of coffee. Specialty coffee is on the rise. People are no longer satisfied drinking commodity coffee, grocery store. Most people. Records are breaking at every single coffee auction, every single year. So coffee drinkers are demanding quality. This coffee, this 98-point world record washed geisha from Panama, definitely the highest of qualities, probably the highest quality coffee that has existed to this point. Another thing to consider about why anybody would buy pay $604,080 for 44 pounds of coffee is location. Location. I'm sure you've all heard it as one of the key points of business, okay? Julith is in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, the playground of the super wealthy. People there have the highest quality standards and will gladly pay extravagant prices for world record coffee. But let's go back to roasting real quick. Hacienda La Esmeralda in Panama, the ones who grew this coffee, they spent 2 weeks developing roast profiles before the competition, okay? Different ways, different roast profiles for this coffee in order to bring out all the high quality aspects of the coffee, okay? In previous videos, we know that they used controlled cold temperature fermentation. We know that they used climate-controlled drying for the coffees, okay? We also know that both of those enhance the floral notes of the world record coffee, those floral notes that it's famous for, okay? We also know that the darker you roast a coffee, the more of the nuanced flavors you roast out. Okay, so it's a safe bet that Julith Coffee is not going to roast this to a dark roast, okay? We know that the floral notes in this coffee played a significant part in this coffee earning that 98-point cup score, okay? I think we can conclude then that they're going to choose to do a light roast for this coffee. Now, let's go back to how the coffee loses weight, additional weight, during roasting. We know they bought 44 pounds of raw coffee, okay? But after roasting, they probably left with about 37.4 pounds of coffee that they can sell, okay? So there's a thing that if you're not in the coffee roasting business, you might not understand what this is. Effective green cost. Yes, they paid $13,700 a pound for this coffee, but they can only sell 37.4 pounds of it. So their effective green cost, now get a hold of this, the effective green cost of the coffee that they can sell from this lot is $16,151.87 per pound. Okay, that's the effective green cost. Staggering amount. So yes, world record at auction for green coffee, but when you look at the effective green cost, that's even more staggering, okay? Let me give you an example of effective green cost. We at Convoy Road bring in coffees from all over the world, okay? Sometimes we buy them in 65-pound boxes. Sometimes we buy them in 135-pound bags, okay? So say we bring in a coffee, 135-pound bag of coffee. We pay $800, $900 for it, okay? We can't roast. We can't sell. We can roast all of it, but we can't sell all 135 pounds of it. So the effective green cost of that is more than the 800 because we can only sell probably 105, 110 pounds of that 135 pounds of raw coffee that we bought, okay? With our roasters, we put 2.9 pounds of raw coffee in our roast chambers for every roast. After roasting, on average, we get 2.3 pounds back. That's that 2.3 pounds that we can sell. That is effective green cost. That is the loss that occurs when roasting the coffee. Because remember, you're dehydrating it, taking the rest of that moisture out. What about profit? Okay, we know they paid $604,080 for 44 pounds. And after roasting, they only have about 37.4 or so pounds to sell. If they sold this in 0.7 ounce pour over shots, which are very common in the elite luxury premium, ultra premium coffee world, they would have to sell 848. They would have 848 shots to sell, 0.7 ounce shots to sell. Just to break even, then, they would have to sell all 848 shots for $713 a shot, just to break even. However, the number one rule in business is don't lose money, okay? So if they chose this route, the pour over shots, they would have to sell them for at least $1,000 a shot to make a profit. And they could easily get that in the market they're in the location they're in. So maybe it's the pour over shots. 3 ounce bags, okay? 3 ounce bags. We sell 3 ounce bags, we sell 12 ounce bags. They could choose any size they want. It is more likely that if they sell this in small bags, it would probably be 3 ounce bags, okay? So with 37 or so pounds of coffee, they could get 199 3 ounce bags of this coffee, okay? So to break even, they would have to sell all 199 3 ounce bags for $3,035 per bag just to break even. But in their market, they could probably sell them for $4,500 to $5,000 per bag, 3 ounce bag, to make a good profit. Most likely, it's a combination of shots and small bags and exclusive private tastings. Matter of fact, in tightening up this article, or this video, I read something this morning that they are already planning private, exclusive tastings for the super wealthy. So they're going to make money that way too. People are going to pay a hefty price to come to these private, exclusive tasting events. So now you know it, the answer to why anyone would pay $604,080 for 44 pounds of coffee, at least in my opinion, okay? And this really brings an end to the series on this 98-point world record, $13,500 or $700 per pound coffee. Now listen, if you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Provide your comments. That'd be fantastic. If you're watching on TikTok, go over to our YouTube page and do the same. Please like and subscribe. We love bringing this content to you, and we want to keep doing it. So thank you. I've really enjoyed digging into this coffee. I hope that you have too. We've seen a lot of good comments, a lot of likes, and a lot of good reaction to this series. Anyway, thank you very much. I've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.